All right, so in today's lesson, we're going to be doing a little counting around the class, and this is kind of an interactive, so you will kind of be working with the material as you kind of go through the process. So if you see on my screen, I've got a number line here, and it starts at 0 and ends at 2, and we notice that it's divided into fourths, and so each section represents a fourth. Right? And so we can kind of go through and see 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So each one of these sections represents a fourth, and then we go all the way to 2, which is 8/4, right? And so imagine if we were counting around the class and we were skip counting by fourths, okay? Now, normally I would say, okay, let's skip count by 2s, let's skip count by 1s or whatever, but you are fourth graders going into fifth grade, so we're going to skip count by fourth. And so if we think about this, the first one would be 1/4, right? The second one would be 2/4, and 3/4, and 4/4. And do you notice how we are just changing the numerator and the denominator is staying the same? So we have 7/4, and then we hit 8/4, and then after that we would go on and we would find out, oh, after 8/4 would come 9/4 and 10/4 and so on. And so this is the idea that we're skip counting, okay? Now, with that being said, this is the introduction to our lesson for today. And the lesson is how to multiply a whole number by a fraction. So say, for instance, we have a total of 16 people in our class. And so I'm going to do a skip count of 16, right? And so if I continue to skip count 16 people, and I'm going to take and I'm going to multiply that times 1/4, okay? So 16 people are going to count by 1/4, okay? So eventually, let's think about this. So I could go through 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4, 7/4, 8/4, 9/4, 10/4. So now I have 10/4, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So if I had 16, so I'm going to skip count, and that's going to be 16/4. Okay, so I just multiplied a whole number by a fraction and came up with 16/4. Now, if I wanted to reduce that, I could take a look and see how many 4s go into 16, and this would be a total of 4, the number 4. So 16/4 is the same as 4. So we just learned how to multiply a fraction by a whole number. And so you're going to continue to work through that process today. So if we kind of take a look at what we're going to do, you can turn your math workbooks to page 411, 411. You can pause the video and go through that. But we're going to take a look at what pops up, and we'll look at the first question together so that you can continue to do your work. So multiplying fractions by whole numbers, it's a pretty easy concept. It's like skip counting by that fraction, okay? So the first question that comes up has to do with this idea of skip counting. So Jake bought 3 kinds of pizza for a party. Each pizza was the same size. By the end of the party, 3/4 of each pizza was eaten. How much pizza was eaten in all? So we had 3 pizzas, right? And 3/4 was eaten. So let's say 3/4. Now we're going to skip count by 3/4. So if we do 3/4, let me scroll down a little bit, 3/4, and there were 3 pizzas, right? Times 3. Let me fix that. Okay, so 3/4, make another 4 here. 3/4 times 3, right? And so we could do 3/4, and we're going to skip count by 3s. So we're going to say 3/4, 6/4, 9/4. Or we could just do, real quick here, we can see that skip counting 3 times 3 equals 9. And we're going to leave this. I'm going to put 3/1 just so you can see. And then 4 times 1 equals 4. And so 9/4 is the total amount of pizza that was eaten. If I want to convert that to a mixed number, I'm going to figure out how many 4s are in 9. There's 2. And how many are left over? That's 1. So it's going to be 2 and 1/4. I'm going to run out of room here, so I got to put it up here. So 2 and 1/4 is the mixed number if we're looking at that. So they ate 2 1/4 pieces, or 2 1/4 of the total pizzas. Okay. So you're going to continue, and kind of the class is counting by 2/6. So what does the 7th person say? And so again, just to set this up, you're going to take your 2/6 and you're going to multiply that times 7 whole. Okay. You're going to work through this page and page 414, and you're going to turn those in on your canvas under your regular page. And so 411 and 414 will be your pages that you're going to work on for today. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Let me open that up again. Sorry. Where'd it go? And if you have any questions, send me an inbox. Otherwise, you can watch the video again.